The Chicago Bears lose to the Minnesota Vikings in Week 6 by a final score of 19-13. So let's talk about this, people. What is going on? Y'all, Faiz Sports All back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. Here to talk about the Chicago Bears and here to talk about their Week 6 loss to the Minnesota Vikings, man, which was such a deflating loss for a multitude of reasons. The first and foremost being the fact that we did lose, obviously, in a game which I thought the Bears could win. I predicted them to win. And then the other reason is because we lost our starting quarterback, Justin Fields, to an apparent injury. And we don't know the status of that moving forward. So let's first talk about, this game, and then I'll get into Justin Fields and the injury and his play and everything else in between. So the biggest thing for me in this game, folks, honestly, right from the jump, like literally from the very first drive, I had a bad feeling because we could not block. When I say we, I'm talking about the offensive line. The Vikings were not a great defense by any means, okay? The Vikings were able to get pressure literally from the first drive. The first play of the game, I believe Justin Fields got sacked. The very first play of the game. He had a free rusher coming from the opposite side, blind side, didn't even see him, get sacked. And that pretty much set the tone for the rest of the game. The Vikings only put up 19 points. They are known more for their offense than their defense, but today it was their defense that was the main reason why they won. They were just able to get consistent pressure. And here's what I learned from today that I feel like, okay, we have enough of a sample size and data now to be able to make this sort of conclusion. Justin Fields, who obviously did not finish the game, he left with a wrist injury, which I'll get into in just a second here, finished 6 for 10 for 58 yards and an interception. Obviously, the interception was batted on a pressure play in which he wasn't able to fully drive the football, but Fields did not play well, right? He did not play well, but he didn't get enough time. And here is the thing with Justin Fields. After enough starts, we can make the following conclusion, I believe. Justin Fields, and this isn't, the biggest, surprise in the world, but just to let you guys know, Justin Fields can be the quarterback for the Chicago Bears, the franchise quarterback for the Chicago Bears, only if he is getting the requisite protection. All right? Now, you could say that about anything, right? Obviously, if you can't protect, you can't win. Yeah, but the quarterbacks that we've seen that are still able to make something out of nothing, even when their offensive lines are terrible, like Joe Burrow in the past, Deshaun Watson with the Texans, guys like that. Justin Fields is not going to be able to be his best self and make something out of nothing in the passing game when he is not able to get enough time in the pocket. The main difference in the last two games against the Commanders and against the Broncos, he got ample amount of time in the pocket where he was able to sit and deliver. Today, he had no chance to sit and deliver, and what you saw is basically him escaping the pocket running. Now, he can create on the run. I don't mean that. I meant create and get the ball out quick through the pass. Fields doesn't do that, and quite frankly, I don't know if he can do that when he gets pressure. The awareness just not there as much. He can bolt the pocket and run, which is great because, his legs are arguably his best attribute. But when we were talking about sitting in the pocket, facing pressure, getting the ball out quick, Justin Fields doesn't do it enough. So basically it boils down to you can't protect, you can't win. And the Chicago Bears got beat on both sides of the trenches today. The defense played pretty well, but overall, folks, the offensive line was abysmal. Cody Whitehair, man, I'm so glad he got benched at the end. Well, I'm done with him at center. Completely done. He cannot snap the football to save his life. How many high snaps have we seen from Cody Whitehair? I'm done with him. Just get rid of Cody Whitehair. Cut him at this point. Useless. All right? And the offensive line overall was absolutely horrid today. Now, that's not to absolve Fields because there were plays where, once in a while he did get some time, but he still couldn't get anything going down the field. And credits to the Vikings and Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator, the Bears receivers couldn't get separation either. So it was just like, it reminded me of the Chiefs game, right? Getting pressure in Fields' face and the receivers can't separate. So something's got to give at that point, right? If you're getting pressure, receivers can't separate, you're just going to have Justin Fields bolt the pockets, which is what happened today, and he racked up a bunch of rushing yards. So that's really where I'm at here, people, which is Justin Fields needs a consistently solid offensive line to be able to produce. He cannot produce at a reasonable level when the line can't protect. Can't do it. And I'm talking about producing through the air, not on his legs. So that's the first thing with regards to Justin Fields, man. And of course, let's talk about his injury. I think he's got a right wrist injury now. They did do a scan, and I believe, they did the x-rays, and those came out negative. So I don't believe he has any broken bones, but there could be ligament damage. We'll have to see. He's getting an MRI tomorrow. But folks, like, if he's out for a few games, this is a disaster, because, like, you don't even have to, pretend it, but you will be a tanking team. We're 1-5 at this point. Like, Justin Fields is done. It's over. And the Tyson Badgett army, the ones that, religiously think that this kid has it and he's better than Fields, there are a section of Bears fans that do think that. You saw him today, folks. He didn't really light up the world here. 10 for 14, 83 passing yards and an interception. He can't drive the ball. He doesn't have arm strength, folks. Like, he's got a little moxie. He's got a little bit of a swagger to him, but he's not a starting quarterback in this league. I'm sorry. He just isn't. So with regards to Justin Fields, we have to see what's going on here with, his injury. But yeah, man, just sucks today. Just overall, it was terrible. Dante Foreman, probably one of the bright spots today. He gave us some good rushing yards. The defense was solid. Tremaine Edmonds had a pick. Like, it's still a winnable game for us at the end, but, obviously we couldn't get it done. Kirk Cousins couldn't even throw for 200 passing yards today. Like, this was a very winnable game. And honestly, who knows, if Fields stays in the game, maybe we still win. But yeah, that was terrible, man. 1-5, and the NFL is such a week-to-week league, man. The past 2 weeks, you're feeling like you're on top of the world. The season's not over, and boom, you get slapped back to the ground, and hey, 1-5. Is the season over? Are we tanking? So we'll see, man. I'll talk about it more with you guys, but disappointed to say the least. Just really concerned right now about Justin Fields and his health, and seeing what happens with that. So let me know what you guys think. As always, thanks for watching.